Okay, asshole. You wanna play? Trick or treat!
Hey everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. So up for unboxing and review today, we have got Scream Factory's Halloween 5 Revenge of Michael Myers. Now, I just recently reviewed my Halloween 4, and to say I was absolutely blown away would be a huge understatement. Still can't believe how great that film looks on 4K. So I was very, very excited to see what this one is going to look like. Now, it's not one of my favourite movies, if I'm being totally honest, but I was still very, very excited to see it because I like to continue that Jamie story. And yeah, so again, I'll share my thoughts on that now in a few minutes. But what I first will do is we'll look at the packaging on this one. And again, just like I said in my previous video with Halloween 4, I'm not a fan of the artwork. I think Halloween 3 might be the only one out of them all that I actually am a fan of. But like I said in the previous video as well, I do love these hard boxes that do come in. And of course you get the original artwork with the inner box, which is always a great thing. From going by the looks of things with the features on this, there doesn't seem to be anything different. There is an Inside Halloween 5 making of. I think I already have that on the Midnight Classics box set. And there was, of course, the Horrors Hollow Grounds with Sean Clark. I definitely have that as well. And then there's also a feature-ish behind the scenes footage. And I'm almost sure that's on the Midnight Classics box set as well. So there's nothing really new here. Just all we're getting is the 4K transfer. And you get a 4K master on the Blu Ray. And we're getting the Dolby Atmos soundtrack as well. So the film itself, look, it's, yeah, Michael Myers has taken a year off killing and trying to recoup from the events of part 4. And yeah, he comes back in this one where he's after Jamie again. Jamie's kind of in this kind of children's hospital, and she's actually trying to recover from what happened with her at the end of part 4. So it's it's much the same again as part 4. Yeah, this film, I kind of, when I watched it last night, I've seen it a few times now. It's one of those movies, it's a simple case of when you get a director in that clearly does not give a shit about Halloween movies. There's so many things he's done wrong with this movie. We can start with the obvious. The Michael Myers mask looks absolutely terrible. The Myers house looks like something from a Tim Burton movie. It looks like it's nearly 3 stories tall. Absolutely ludicrous. It looks nothing like the original Myers house. He got rid of Ellie Cornell very early on in this movie as well, and then replaced her by some of the dumbest cast you will ever see in a movie. There are some unbelievably annoying characters in this movie, and you could not give 2 shits about any of them. So yes, made some serious mistakes as well. Again, the film itself, you know, like John Carpenter shot Halloween in the middle of the summer, but at least they made an effort to make it look like it was Halloween. You know, they scattered leaves about this, that and the other. This director really didn't give a shit. It was shot in the summer, you can clearly see it. And again, especially when you look at the transfer as well. So yes, so there is some things in this movie that just really got on my ass, and I have to admit I'm just not the biggest fan of it. But again, it's Danielle Harris for both these movies. She really does carry these movies so well, and she is absolutely fabulous in this movie. She's a wonderful little actress, she was, or is, sorry. And of course you got Donald Pleasance, who is ever reliable. So the transfer on this movie, right, what can I say about it? Is it as good as Halloween 4? No. In my opinion, no. Is it the best it's ever looked? Without question. It still looks remarkable. It's weird because Halloween 4 and 5, when we got the Blu-rays from Scream Factory, it was part 5 that looked slightly better than part 4. Now it's kind of flipped, where part 4 now looks better than part 5. This one, it has a real warm palette to it compared to the standard Blu-ray that we got before it, where it's almost bluish. It has a very kind of cooler palette to it. They went for the warmer kind of palette with this one, and sometimes some of the daylight scenes can look the whites can look a bit overblown, but again, these are minor nitpicks. The black levels, and I'm talking about maybe the scene in the barn where Michael Myers goes after them in the barn, some of the black levels are very, very inconsistent. 1 minute they can look inky black, then they can look a bit kind of slightly greyish. And yeah, and there is some heavy grain in some scenes, certain scenes in this movie as well. It's not too bad. It doesn't happen too often, but it definitely is there. And I'm going back to that barn scene as well. But look, these are the minor little nitpicks that I'm talking about. But when it's at its best, it looks absolutely extraordinary. Going back to them daytime scenes, again, there's not too many of them, but wow, you can really see the Dolby Vision on the greens. Looks absolutely amazing, and that's why I'm going back to this director. This film, look, it was shot in the middle of the summer, and it looks like the summer as well. There's not one part of this movie where you're going to turn around and say, wow, this actually feels like October. It never does. You can clearly see it shot in the middle of the summer. So yeah, the daylight scenes look absolutely fantastic. The Dolby Vision really does enhance the colours in this movie. That's another thing as well I was meant to bring up. I said in my last video for Halloween 4 that I had to knock off my Dolby Vision because it was causing this weird backlight flickering. Thankfully, I actually got that resolved. It was actually a simple firmware update on my player. And rest assured, then that problem kind of disappeared. So yes, I was able to watch this on Dolby Vision, and I did knock it on for a bit on HD with just the standard HDR10. There's not much of a difference, if I'm being totally honest. So you're not missing out on much if you don't have Dolby Vision. So all in all, folks, this is an absolute solid upgrade. No question about it. You're going to love the picture quality. By far the best the film's ever looked. It's got a new Dolby Atmos soundtrack as well, and for the most part, it sounds fantastic, just like Halloween 4. The only thing is, I have to admit, the music in this is a bit of a letdown from Alan Howard. It sounds nothing near as good as Halloween 4, which is quite a shame because, you know, when you hear the Halloween 4 theme song, the Halloween theme from Halloween 4, sorry, it just sounds absolutely amazing. You get none of that with this film. Yeah, I don't know, again, anyone that's familiar with the movie, you'll know exactly what I mean. The music is a bit of a letdown. But there is a few surround activity scenes, not much overheads, if I'm being totally honest. Not until I kind of, there's actually one bit, it's again, going back to that barn scene, you can actually hear all the creaks from above you, which sounds quite amazing. It really kind of adds to that spookiness of that scene. But yeah, other than that, I can't really think of much overheads after that, before or after that barn scene. But the audio still sounds incredible. The dialogue comes out of your center channel. It sounds unbelievably clean. No problems whatsoever. So all in all, folks, look, it's an absolute no-brainer. If you like this movie, definitely pick it up because the 4K transfer is spectacular. Not as good as Part 4. If I was to give a Halloween 4 picture quality like out of 5 stars, I'd probably give it around a 4, Halloween 4. And this one, I'd maybe give it a 3.5. So I'd mark it down maybe a half. But other than that, it's still fantastic, and the audio is quite amazing as well. So that is it, folks. That is it. So as per usual, if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you could leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of this movie. And if you've seen the 4K transfer, let me know what you think of it as well. And I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. So take care, folks out there. Stay safe. Bye-bye.